Hi everybody, I'm Terrell, and this is my book talk. And the first book is called Gone Too Far by Natalie D. Richards. And the book opens up to our main character, Piper Woods, who is running late for class. And she's running so fast, and she's in such a hurry that she slips and falls onto the pavement in the parking lot, and she finds this notebook, and she thinks that's hers, and so she just grabs it, no problem, and runs to class. And when she's running to class, she runs into the hall monitor, letting her know that she's late, and she knows that she's late, and then she runs into her teacher as well, saying that you're late, you're being marked as tardy. And so despite all that excitement and trying to catch her breath, she gets to her desk and gets ready to prepare for the lecture for the day. And when she opens up the notebook, she notices that it's not hers because it's not written in her handwriting. And she also sees these different notes that are unfamiliar to her. And then she also sees these photographs. And within these photographs is of some of her classmates who are committing these bad deeds. And for example, one of these pictures has a photo of a classmate who is stealing money from the cafeteria behind the adult's back. And the story starts off with Piper having to, she has to figure out who is the writer of the notebook, who took these pictures, and why. And that's when our story begins. And our next book we have is Into the Wild Nerd Yonder, My Life on the Dork Side by Julian Halpern. And the story starts off with Jessie, the main character, who explains to the reader that before her first day of school, her friends Biza and Shar have changed. They've been acting differently lately, and they even these two made a statement to Jessie that they're going to go through this punk rock transformation. They decided to go to Hot Topic over summer and go on this big shopping spree. And so Jessie is waiting at the lockers for her friends in anxious anticipation for her friends to show up. And the first one to show up is Shar, who is wearing her new clothes that she got, her new punk rock clothing, and wearing the plaid skirt and wearing the fishnet stockings and combat boots, and also she's changed her once long blonde hair into black hair with red highlights. And Jessie, she's shocked, more or less, and Shar asks Jessie, "So, what do you think about my new look?" And so, instead of trying to compliment her, Jessie says instead to change the subject, "So, well, what do you think about my new handmade dress that I worked on over the summer?" Because Jessie, that's also one of her habits, is to make her own clothing, and she likes to sew as well. And usually her friends are very nice, and they give her nice compliments about her wardrobe and how good she is. But today, Shar is just very nonchalant, dismissive, saying, "It's cute." And it's kind of in this very dismissive, almost disapproving type of voice, and that kind of hurts Jessie's feelings in a bit, because that's never ever happened before. And so she knows something is happening, something's going on. And then while they're talking, Biza shows up in basically a very similar attire that she got from Hot Topic with her punk rock new look, but instead, Biza has shaved her entire head, and she's bald. And so it's even more shocking and has such a stronger impact on Jessie. And then Biza asks Jessie, "So, what do you think about my new look?" She does this while she strokes her newly shaven head, and Jessie is just very speechless. She's frozen. She can't even speak. She can't talk. And before she can even process it, the bell rings and it's time for the three girls to go to class. And that's when our story begins as well. And the third book I have is called Never Mind the Goldbergs by Matthew Roth. And it's about our main character named Hava, who is an Orthodox Jewish girl, and she's hanging out with her friends at this notorious pizza place in New York City. And her friends are acting their same old selves, where they're talking amongst themselves, talking about any kind of gossip that's going on at their private school. And Hava knows that her friends are behaving differently because they're giving her these sideways glances, these stares, and Hava feels very uncomfortable, and she asks her friends aloud, "What are you guys staring at?" And it's such a loud and booming voice that her friends just stop talking altogether, and then it stays quiet, and then a random voice comes out of nowhere and says, "Well, I'm ready for Hollywood. I don't think Hollywood's ready for me." And then, and so that rings some bells in Hava's friends' heads that, oh, Hava's going to Hollywood for the summer to record this new sitcom, Never Mind the Goldbergs, and that's also where this story begins. And why I chose these three books is because these books involve some type of it's a realistic fiction, and it involves a coming-of-age story for each of these main characters, and it is up to you, the reader, to find out what happens. And I hope you guys will get a chance to look at these books and read it, and hopefully you guys will like these. Thank you for watching.